de Zuiderzee. Een stukje Holland draag ik in mijn
Since the beginning of
hart
Cookie
steeds
Jar
mee.
Golf, there have been ambitions. The ambition to start a podcast, the ambition to create films, and the ambition to run events. One ambition that has always been with us was to adventure to the Netherlands to play golf. The Netherlands has an abundance of stunning golf courses and is a landscape that's been barely covered by the media. This is the story of our trip.
Right, so as soon as I'm on camera, I've got I'm in performance mode. You start monologuing. I notice whenever I put a camera on you, you start monologuing. There we go. Get that out of my face. Right.
Fresh local fish.
It's half your time. Should we go to the next one? Let's go to the next one. Pro shot. Hoodies at right. Go up there and get changed immediately. There's people coming down.
For our listeners that perhaps do not know the link between Colt and Rye, obviously we're going to go on to talk about what Colt did in the Netherlands shortly, but for those of the people that don't know the connection between Colt and Rye, fire.
A very old Harry Colt. He was a solicitor for many years, and you know, his first foray into golf course architecture came at Rye, where the course was essentially founded. They'd asked him to establish the links, which he did. But yeah, Rye's absolutely where it started for him.
Yeah, and it remains just a brilliant test of golf, a fascinating layout with plenty of intrigue and just a joy to play. And that's where it all started for him. You know, he laid that course out in 1894 and subsequently became their first honorary secretary. So the links with Rye and Harry Colt run deep.
Good fun though, wasn't it? And it was a perfect start. So this little thing with the Rye, obviously Rye only played 2 balls. So the idea is that you play 6 holes with 2 people playing as a foursome and the other one playing as their own ball, and you play a match against each other, and every 6 holes that alternates.
Yeah, so I played 13, 14 and 15 and the light was fading and
you boys were just on it and you're like, let's just jump in the car and go. Let's like, it's on the...
But it would have been ridiculous. Like, you just want to get as close to, don't you? Because we're due to be Eindhoven day 1, you know, at like 11 or something. So we were going to have to be out of bed at like 4:30 a.m. on some bloody train, and then anything could happen.
We're going to go to Folkestone.
We are indeed, but I like to think of any large undertaking is sort of like chopping down a tree. You've got to spend 90% of the time sharpening the axe, 10% actually on it. So this is axe sharpening.
Hi.
He's happy, isn't he?
I'm going to Ghent. Ghent's meant to be lovely, you know. Roy Orbison once sang about it, do you know? Do you know what Roy Orbison sang? Drove all night.
Singing for the lonely. Hey, that's me, I want you.
Let's go.
Are you enjoying playing in videography? Just playing in videography.
It wouldn't be green if we weren't supposed to go here. We're going to drive on some border carriage. In for a treat here, pal.
The year is 2022.
The bottom one.
Just give yourself a wide berth here, Bruce. Do
You on the bottom one?
fuck this up.
Okay.
Oh my god, that looks tight.
And then you got to straighten up in there. Oh my goodness!
This is where we come to the next film. It's the cliffhanger.
It's the gate.
Fucking hell, this thing's mental.
This is so tight! Have the clocks disappeared?
Like, the reception alone is worth 500 a night.
Hi guys, so I just thought I'd give you a little tour of the hotel room. So we're here in Ghent. It's 2 in the morning. Oh look, lights have come on. Really good. Lights. What else we've got? what I love about these hotel rooms is they've got these really good bathrooms. So it's just really good. I love it. I love it. So shower and walk and shower.
Roger that. If we get stuck, we'll ring you, but hopefully we should just about work it out. Thanks, Case. Looking forward to it. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. We've got no fucking hope of understanding what that was.
But Eindhoven's a bit of an anomaly. So the 5 courses we played: Eindhoven, Utrecht, Kennemer, Noordwijk, and Hague. Now, the last 4 of those are all situated kind of up near Utrecht and Den Haag, and kind of occupy most of like that northwest of the Netherlands. Eindhoven's like the absolute outlier because it's down in the very, very south. I mean, Case, who's the member at Eindhoven that was with us that day, he's like, yeah, when I go out for dinner, I go to Belgium. It's like, it's close to get to
industrial heartland, isn't it? Eindhoven is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that's a great sort of segue into the founding of the club, which was, it's the only club, Case said, that doesn't have, or the only golf club that doesn't have club in its name. It's Eindhovense Golf, which I guess is partly a product of the Philips factory. So the Philips light bulb company, they are based down in Eindhoven still. That golf course was pioneered and essentially led by the Philips group because they needed to bring employers down there. And I guess back in the 20s, that would be sick, wouldn't it? Like,
well, they had tennis as well.
Come and live down in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
They've got a hockey club and a tennis club, and they've got this chap Harry Colt building a golf course for them. It's like that. What a time to be alive, right?
I actually think Eindhoven, just as a tiny little segue, I think Eindhoven, no, in Holland. The Netherlands is the whole of the country. Dutch are the people from the Netherlands. Holland are 2 provinces within the Netherlands. They are large provinces, but they're 2 provinces of the Netherlands and on the west part of the country, North Holland and South Holland.
We can do a top 5 ranking of getters in the Netherlands.
Eat it then.
On a beer top. First time arriving at a golf club in the Netherlands. First impressions.
We weren't sure. Well, I think we parked in the wrong place, and then Case sort of was the only man there in jacket and tie, sort of comes striding down saying, move the car up here. So we kind of pulled round to the place where we should have actually been parking. And I remember seeing you're going to rib me for this, but I just remember seeing the practice facility on the left, which being like, holy shit, what is that? Like,
mate, how good's the range look?
This looks beautiful.
where we parked.
Bruce, you'd beat balls down there all day.
Like the kind of like half dome building.
If the Jar could ever have a performance centre like that.
Great range, loads of juniors out there hitting balls, and you're like, okay, wow, this looks pretty cool.
But then you like go through, and the clubhouse is absolutely beautiful, and it's got that little old. What used to be the Caddy Master Shed, or I think it was the old clubhouse. So like opposite, it's like a little village almost.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and a couple of the clubhouses like that.
It had a bit of a Bicester village
feel, proper
actually.
sort of like they're like little Bicester villages. Almost.
Big thatch roofs and
they
kind
have a
of
junior, so they've got this beautiful sort of thatched roof clubhouse with a terrace that looks out. And you've got this old Caddy, I think it's the old clubhouse or the old Caddy shed that's like across the road from it that now somebody lives in that's involved there. And the most beautiful, kind of archetypal Dutch, sort of house. And then there's another building which has that's for the kids. That's like the junior clubhouse. It's like a little.
They're completely allowed in
like
the
a
clubhouse.
youth
There's
centre.
no. He did caveat it's not like they have to go there. They're allowed anywhere in the clubhouse, but they have their own as well, which had like ping pong and an alcohol-free bar and It's pool tables and
places to do their homework as
Yeah,
well, so
yeah,
they could then
yeah,
do
yeah.
their homework and then go over back towards the practice facility, and they had like a gym there as well, so you could literally just spend your whole day there.
And then I just like, you kind of come around the corner, just round the kids' clubhouse, between the main clubhouse, and you kind of walk up to where the terrace is, just round to your left. It sweeps round to your left. You got the 18th grade on your right, and then the whole course just opens up in front of you, and it's just like, I wasn't expecting, I don't think I was expecting like a Heathland masterpiece just to unfold as I walked around the corner, with a massive lake out in front of the clubhouse, and to your left then it's just like woodland and heather, and it's just like
They gon' like this? They feel good? Yeah. I'm a super saiyan, baby, like my name was Goku. Feeling too good, real good, yeah, I'm so true. Remember bad days used to have, yeah, I felt blue. Now I'm up high in the sky like, ooh, ooh. Mama said if I want it, I need to have a plan. Get up that corner, see the world, boy, you the man. And if I show you the steps, I think you'll understand. Slide left, move right, now you dancing, man. Nah, 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 nah. I think you need to relax. Nah, 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 nah. You do that, you'll catch all the checks. Yeah! Take it easy. That's what I'ma do. Take it easy. Show you how to move. Take it easy. Go and fix your attitude. If you looking for a good time, come and find me. We do it real big. Yeah, baby, hello world. I'm gonna paint the town. Hello world. You gotta get up to get down. If you looking for a good time, come and find me. We do it real big. Yeah, baby, you need to relax. I'm speaking the facts. I'm getting the checks and I ain't paying the tax. Nah, I'm really capping, I ain't on that. Cause whatever I spend, I get it right back. This gon' make you really wanna move. This gon' make you lose your attitude. This gon' make you wanna groove. I mean, like, ooh, I mean, King Flex. I'ma make you lose that blues. I mean, nah, 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 nah. I hope you feeling relaxed. I hope you will. Nah, 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 nah. King Flex, I get all the checks. Take it easy. That's what I'ma do. Take it easy. Show you how to move. Take it easy. Go and fix your attitude. You looking for a good time, come and find me. We do it real big. Yeah, baby, I'll be. Hello world. Hello. I'm gonna paint the town. I am a paint the town, right? Hello world. You gotta get up to get down. Gotta get on up. Hey, if you looking for a good time, come and find me. You know that I want it. I'ma give it all I got. I'm here for a good time, baby, don't stop. Hey, baby, don't stop. You know that I want it. I'ma give it all I got. I'ma give it all I got. I'm here for a good time, baby, don't stop. Don't stop.
The Avro Lancaster got shot here on its return from a bombardment in Leipzig, and so it was hit by a German fighter plane, and it came over here and then it crashed in the woods over there.
Don't stop. Take it easy. That's what I'ma do. Take it easy. Show you how to move. Take it easy. Go and fix your attitude. You looking for a good time, come and find me. We do it real big. Yeah, baby, I'll be. Hello world. Hello. I'm gonna paint the town. Hello world. You gotta get up to get down. Gotta get on up. Hello world. Hello. We gon' paint the town. Yeah. If you looking for a good time, come and find me. We do it real big. Yeah, baby, I'll be.
17.
Sam,
Yeah.
can you give us a sit rep?
Oh, I've lost the GoPro. Just lost the GoPro. Bruce is here.
Yeah, come back and give me a sit rep.
Stress.
We just need to, not his phone, sorry, his camera and his laptop. We just need to figure out how we're going to get it. Anyway.
Left my laptop and camera at Eindhoven. We've got a flat tyre. Right now, Spirits were in the sky an hour ago. Bruce looks like he's a secretary at Muirfield walking in like that.
Midnight, day 2. How you feeling, Brucey?
It's literally midnight, isn't it?
He's struggling.
I'm just going to lean into these emotions because I was really tired today and it got the better of my golf around Eindhoven.
Yeah?
Yeah. I kind of...
Does tiredness promote duck hooks? Is that what you're saying?
It was more the blocks that were killing me, weren't they? Just the fucking... what I just called the absolute giga block. Out to the right.
Look at it.
I just want to walk. Let's just walk.
We're all walking.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, we're walking to a bar.
He's just so off tour. He's so off tour. It's unbelievable.
He was a dog with 2 dicks leaving Eindhoven. He was just so happy. He was just like, this is the best golf club ever. What a great day. What a great day. You have a lot of stuff to be able to sort this out.
Yeah, indeed.
Look, you got a t-shirt on as well, not feeling the cold. Unbelievable. No jumper.
It's not...
When we're on the motorway. So I don't know where it's...
You feeling better, Bruce?
Getting there, yeah. It's amazing what sleep can do for you, isn't it? I think it's amazing.
I mean, who leaves their laptop and their camera an hour and a half away?
Well, I'll tell you who. It's someone who's itching to go and play the 5-hole short course that they've got there.
Where are we going?
De Pont. Utrecht, De Pont.
But it was the logistical issues of like, how are we actually going to get this tyre replaced so that we can play at De Pan, then get to Kennemer and Noordwijke on Friday, which were, it was 36 holes there, dawn till dusk day. We were doing a podcast with the archivist at Utrecht De Pan, so that was going to take up time, even though we were only playing De Pan on the Thursday. And then we'd have to go to The Hague to meet our third host, Willem.
So next morning, Byron's come round. He's like, already, I'm like, yeah, we've got a bit of a problem here. There's tyre issues still. And I think you were twinkling away on the piano and I was making a lot of... I made 20 phone calls at this point. I was like, Byron, I've rang everyone. You will not fix this, Byron. You know. Yeah. And he's like, okay, well, give me 10 minutes.
Are these normal, regular tyres? Not special?
No, just regular, no.
No,
just any tyre that's that size.
En tot hoe laat zijn jullie open vandaag? Hoe laat zullen we hem ophalen? Ja, kom.
Sit rep.
Very good.
Change the tyre. Tyre change.
But Byron, I mean, just a brilliant bloke, isn't he? Aside from all of the kind of heroics around changing the car and putting us up in his great house in Utrecht. Just
it's like
a
Case,
great
though, just
competitor.
another cool dude as well. And also Case had rung, he's like, right, I've been to the golf club at Eindhoven, I've got your camera and laptop, I'm going to the office now, but I'm going to get someone to get a courier and it'll be couriered up and it'll be with you for no later than 12 o'clock today. And you're like, that is amazing, the whole thing.
But I think one of the biggest juxtapositions of the whole tour was the stress of that morning, because it was stressful. I mean, Byron did save the day, but it was a stressful morning. To then stand in the serenity of De Pan on that 10th hole that we started on, was just like, this is the most breathtaking golf hole that I could have imagined in my pathetic imagination. I'm looking at it, and it was so calm and serene. It was like, okay, now breathe. Like it was just, and I think that's why I think De Pan for me was one of the rounds I'll remember the most, because it was, again, I wasn't expecting. It's another Heathland course. After playing Eindhoven, it's another Heathland course. I mean, for me, it had massive shades of Sunningdale Old. I mean, I don't know what you boys thought, but like, I thought it had very kind of similar shades to Sunningdale Old.
It's very hard to not draw comparisons with some of the top Surrey courses when you look at it. You know, if Eindhoven's this big, sprawling heathland set in the forest where you're playing, it's quite secluded. Utrecht is a complete opposite in so much as it's very, very intimate. It never feels like you're straying far from the house. It's the holes are more connected in with each other. It's very, very hard to not draw some comparisons with the old at Sunningdale.
It's just great variety. I mean, a real mixture of like short par fours that you can take on, try and get it close to and pitch it on, or maybe lay back and hit a couple of irons into. Some brilliant par threes, par fives that again have great risk and reward. I see why you draw the comparisons with Sunningdale, because there's a good variety of risk and reward, and they're not all just like, here's another 450 yard
sure.
par four.
Constantly changing direction. And I think Japan's biggest strength is a limitation that's placed on it, is that it's got a very small site and it can't extend. And I think you don't know whether if they'd had the opportunity to extend, they might have. Yeah. But the footprint is so small that they were forced into this little area. And what they've ended up with is an absolute gem where you just fall off a green onto a tee and it's such an easy walk. There's lots of undulations within the course. There's quite a lot of elevation change, really. Playing up to elevated greens, and you've got quite a few elevated tees.
6 and 7. I mean, how good were they? Close par fours. Back to
that's
back.
what I was going to say. Like, if you look at it, like, it's quite easy for pretty much every golf course I've played to say, what's your best stretch of holes? And you'll be like, oh yeah, like I really like 2 through 6 at Eindhoven, or I really like the back 9 at Hillside. You know what it's like? You can always say this sort of stuff. Japan, I don't think I could tell you where the best part on the course was.
It'd be a lot harder to name a weak hole than to name a good stretch. In architecture circles, that you get compression and release and all this as the round goes through, and you kind of like there's tension, the release of tension, and you kind of do that as you go around, and excitement, and then it dulls down so you can get more excitement later on. But genuinely, you start off on this really high level. You're like, whoa, this is cool. And then you stay there, and then you stay there. It's almost like
you're being fully compressed or fully released the whole way. I don't know which one it is.
It's smacking you in the mouth.
There's no release
repeat
to it, because it's just so good everywhere.
And other courses that achieve that, like you say, always have a point where all of a sudden the momentum drops off. And it never seemed to happen at Japan. Yeah. And then when it does, it's noticeable. It's like you've played 10 staggeringly good golf holes, and then it dips for 2 or 3 holes, and you're slightly out of and it's always hard to build them back up, because it's always like a game of momentum when you're looking at a golf course. It just never happened at Japan.
I mean, certainly because we started it the wrong way around, but if you go back to the we played it in the afternoon the right way around, 1, 2, 3, 4 really good golf holes. You've got 5 that they're going to do a bit of work to, just with some tree removal, and once they do that little bit, that's going to be like a stonker. And then 6 and 7 are amazing. 8's a great par 3.
9's seriously understated.
Stunning par 4. Then you've got 10, amazing. 11, the par 5.
Blockbuster.
Outstanding golf hole. 12, an outrageously good par 3.
Yeah, downhill with the most insane green side. I mean, I've never played it, but I would imagine.
And then you get to
that it's go on.
Then you get to 15 or 14 of that par 3,
bonkers, isn't it?
Which is just mind blowing.
Yeah,
that like 160, 170,
16 mid length, 17 drivable perched up green. Like, what a golf hole.
Tryna go, yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, tryna catch a vibe. We do this every time, like na 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 na. Feeling like I'm on the highway, cause everything been going my way. And now they looking at me sideways. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna be, na na na. Never ever gonna leave. This is where I wanna stay. every day. So anywhere you go, all across the coast,